Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's 1 Million by 1 Million Strategy Roundtable for Entrepreneurs. This is part of the 1M1M program with the aim of helping 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million plus in annual revenue by 2020 and thereby help build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. And that mission is entirely predicated upon the success of the entrepreneurs in this room. So welcome, everybody, and we are absolutely deeply interested and engaged in your success. This is our 159th roundtable. Believe it or not, we have been doing this for 159 sessions, and that is quite a job, because it's logistically a very complex exercise. We will have a recording available of the session, and you will be able to access it through our blog and through our YouTube channel. If you're live tweeting the show today, please use #1M1M. And also, if you want to follow us, use @1M by 1M or @Sramana as the two handles through which we tweet the 1M1M content. And we do tweet a lot of very, very rich content. So please feel free to engage with the Twitter channel and dive into that content, which is very educational, very inspirational, and across the board focused on entrepreneurship. The 1M1M Roundtable channel on YouTube is a video channel where we have all the recordings of our roundtables available. And also, we make available there a bunch of cartoons, comic strips. You'll find a lot of interesting stuff there. And you will also find FAQ videos about the 1M1M program that will help you learn what we offer in the program and answer some commonly asked questions. So we're going to start today with Shiju Radhakrishnan, and the company is ITRAVELLER. Shiju, if you could unmute your line and come tell us what you're doing.
Yep. I'm unmuted, Sramana.
Perfect. Tell us what you do. Where are you joining from, by the way?
I'm joining from India.
Where in
to be specific, in Cochin. If you remember, you were here for some time, during October.
That's
so,
right.
So we had a nice session with you. So got inspired. Thought maybe I'll dial in one day and share some. So get to know something about your feedback on ITRAVELLER. I have a bad throat, so really apologize if it creates a trouble for you.
Don't worry about it. Keep going. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah. So ITRAVELLER as a company, it's an online vacation planning platform. So here the customers or the users, the travelers can come and create their own vacations. Vacation planning as such is a little complicated, so many parameter based activity, because of which people generally don't automate it. Everyone uses a manual methodology to do that. We are trying to capture all those variables and then try to automate the process in such a way that somebody can just come to the website and edit one of the itineraries what we have in the website, or maybe create an itinerary from scratch. We can do the hotel selection, room categories, comparison, and then finally take the transportation mode and then maybe the inclusions or activities and then book it online. So that's the starting point, and the entire platform is hosting something like 5 modules. The vacation planning, which is front-end facing, the customer facing, is a first module. But after that, you have many modules which are following, which includes the reservation handling with the hotels, which includes the transportation management, client experiences management, sales management, lead management, and all that. So all of those modules are actually embedded on the platform, and we use an entire set of series of modules to make sure that the manual labor, the documentation, or the email interactions happening between all of those hotels and all that are kind of totally avoided, so that the efficiency of the process has been improved. And the model that we are working right now is that we cater the services to 3 regions. In India, we have the services delivered in Kashmir, in Himachal, and Kerala. So what happens as a company, iTraveller.com provides a technology platform, provides the lead generation, or we bring the customers to the service provider, and also the branding. There are discrete entities located out there in Kashmir, in Himachal, and also in Kerala, and they deliver the services. Being on the platform, they interact with the customers and they handle the customers when they travel. As an industry, people generally look at the vacations in a standard package perspective or a customizable option wherein they sit across a counter and then make an itinerary. Both are actually kind of little inconvenient or complicated. We kind of avoid all that by way of automation what's been enabled. So Mana, if you can move to the next slide.
Is it the opportunity gap?
Next slide. Yeah, that's a little generic slide maybe. Yeah, so there's a difference between a traditional way people do the vacation planning and the iTraveller way. In our case, traveler comes to the website, pick a standard itinerary or create an itinerary from scratch. He has got all the flexibility and the freedom to choose the place he wants to go, the kind of inclusion, the hotel, room category, and all of that, and he makes a payment and checks out. Next slide, please.
So who is the customer? Is it the traveler interacting with your site? That's the model, or are you?
Yes.
Are you selling?
It's a B2C.
Oh, sorry?
It's a B2C model. It's a B2C model.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a platform. We have the services delivered for 3 destinations: Kerala, Kashmir, and Himachal. We would like to add a few more. We are targeting something like 15 destinations at the end of the Indian financial year 2014. So as such, the core, iTraveller core, which is what we belong to, provides the technology platform, which is a seamless integration of all the modules, the lead generation or bringing the customers close to the service provider, and thirdly, the branding. And for example, in this diagram, you can see a Kashmir. There is a group of 4 guys whom we have trained and inducted to the product platform, who interacts with the customer, in the name of ITRAVELLER.com and deliver the services for the region of Kashmir.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, for Himachal also, there is a group of 3 who delivers the services. In the case of Kerala, there is a group of 8 who delivers the services to the customers who would like to travel to Kerala. All of those customers, I'm talking about the B2C clients, are coming to the portal ITRAVELLER.com, create an itinerary. But once they create the itinerary or once they start interacting with us, it's the regional guy who is representing the destinations going to interact with the person. But everything is happening through the portal, so things are actually transparent.
How many travelers, how many consumers are actually working with your portal right now?
We have a decent traction as of now. We clock something like, say, 40 lakh sales per month in Indian rupees. So that would be something like, say, so I would say something around $80,000 US per month.
But your business model is you are completing the transaction on your site?
Yes. If you can just move to the next slide, I'll show you one slide which can detail the revenue model. This is a technology landscape wherein you have the modules listed down there. Planner is a module which is used by the retail customers, the B2C clients, to create an itinerary or edit an itinerary. Sales management module is used by our sales force, to track the sales, bookings, and all that. Lead management is something which is handling the lead generation from the market. Reservation will handle the bookings and the confirmation of bookings and follow up with the hotels and transportation. Hotel inventory management is not at live. We are under the development process. Client experiences management will handle the process of handling the customer during the time when they travel. And transportation management is for the car and the taxi transportation. CRM is set under the development. Couple of slides down the line.
What are the business models attached to all of this? The regular booking revenue is you're taking a commission off that. The $80,000 or 40 lakhs rupees that you're doing right now, you're taking commission from that. The rest of it goes to the site.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can go a couple of slides down, you can see the revenue model with the breakup of what you get paid as a profit. One more slide down.
Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's just go to the revenue model.
Okay, this is a slide. So here you can see the breakup of percentage. The cost of hotels would comprise something like 52%. Cost of transportation could be around 27%. Service tax around 3%. The total cost that we incur while delivering the service to the customer would be around 82%. The gross sales would be say 100, and we are left with something like say 18%. That 18 is divided into 2. One, portion, or the half the portion is given to the destination partner who is delivering the services, and the remaining half is given by HiTraveller.com. And towards the right, you see the sales record as of now. We had something like 300,000 for last financial year, and as on date, we have around 470,000 for this financial year. We still have another 2 more months left out.
So the 300,000, you get 30,000 or slightly less than 30,000.
Yeah, slightly less than 30,000. So the crux of the model is in such a way that we have already incurred the expenses or the overheads. The fixed cost of setting up the entire infrastructure is already covered. Now our challenge is to establish the model to be replicated across maybe another 20 more destinations, for which we might have to spend very less amount of money incrementally, because the system can handle almost all of those traffic which comes to the platform. So the 9% what we take from each of those sales, what's happening in each small destination, can actually become a huge contribution when you look at a large scale.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So this is a model all about, and you can see some statistics on the customer acquisition and all that. We have, we hugely depend on the paid online ads. To be very specific, Google ads, and we have a repeat customer segment of around 20%. Email campaigns we have just about 15. Organic search we are very, very weak. We are looking at increasing it, over the next 6 months to 1 year to around 40%. So you can see two tabs over there. One, the current, and the target return. But below that, you have the cost of customer acquisition. Because of spending a lot of money on the paid ads, we have a very high cost of acquiring the customers, which is something like, say, $60 per customer, wherein the entire operating margin per customer is just about 120. So almost half the amount is spent on acquiring the customer, which we would like to reduce to something like 20, wherein we also, probably increase operating margin to 150 over the next 1 year.
Given the cost of customer acquisition and your operating overhead, does this business model work? I mean, do you make money?
Yeah, we have been spending roughly around, in Indian money, it's about 1 lakh. So, something in the range of $2,000 to $3,000 per month from our side. We have been externally funding it. Personal finance, bootstrap. But things started getting positive over the last couple of months. We started making money slowly. We hope we would be able to address the cost of acquisition of the customer over the next few months' time, and then start making some profit over there, because the reference customers we are seeing kind of good increase over the last 1 year, and also we also witness a little bit of reduction in the spend in online ads. When when the campaigns get matured, we also learn a little on how to tackle that. So that also comes down a little. But more importantly, we look at the SEO or organic search to pick up in a large way over the next 1 year, so that the cost of acquisition can come down.
Okay.
So these are the competition that we have. I have actually categorized them into their capabilities on few parameters: online brand equity, service quality, product capability, market penetration, and scalability. This is more in the perspective traveler, because we probably these are the parameters on which we must be compared in the future with all the other players. So brand equity, we don't have anything around now. Service quality, we have very good service quality because of a native being there in each and every destination where we handle. They give the best kind of support. Being on the product platform, process is not compromised. And the service delivery is also not being compromised because of not having remote management. They are there and they manage the customer the best possible way. Our customer satisfaction index has been very high. In TripAdvisor, we have something like, say, 80% of the customers putting excellent reviews for the services what we delivered. Product capability, we have the best. None of the other companies we have seen have got a similar capability of capturing so many variables and being able to deliver the editability option or customization option on the online platform. In addition to that, the entire capture of the of the small series of activities down the line during the entire process of vacation planning. Market penetration, we don't have anything at all as of now. It's too less. Scalability.
Yeah. I got it. Let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah. So this captures almost a summary of everything what we spoke about.
Let's come back to what this 700,000 that you're forecast. So the 300,000 that you have in 2011-12, that's a lot more than the 40 lakh that you mentioned, the 80,000. Are there other revenue models that are kicking in to build that revenue?
No, we have a quite high traffic happening in the month of Jan and Feb. So with the data what you see there is the time till December.
Okay.
Yeah, so we need to add 3 more months.
In January, February, you're expecting to make significantly more.
Yeah, that's a history. That's a history for last year.
I see. Okay. So given that you have not monetized in any other revenue model other than the transaction charges.
Yes, perfect. That's correct.
So going back to my original question, all this stuff that you have on this, all these modules that you have, are there business models attached to them? Like lead management suite, is there a business model attached to that? Reservation management suite, is there a business model attached to that?
No, there is no revenue or business generated out of that. They are all the enablers. For example, the lead comes.
Your sole business model is the transaction, the fees that you get out of the transaction.
Exactly. That's correct. That's very true.
Okay. All right. So I understand your business. I guess the comment I have is that it seems like an incredibly thin margin business. If there is any margin, if you can actually make money off that business.
Yeah, you're right, and the volume.
So that's my comment, and that's something that you need to. I mean, you need to get off Google AdWords as primary customer acquisition means, and you need to go do other customer acquisition strategies to have a chance at making any money off this business.
Yeah, we are aware of that, but there is one more thing maybe which might work out. Over the next couple of years, our overall profit margin also might increase a little, because right now we have something like say 18%, but when we establish ourselves, we might be able to get a little extra from the hotels as commission, because of volume advantage. So maybe it can actually inflate around 30%, which means our margin would be something like say 15%. So that is the way probably.
I think the opportunity to get some serious margin, squeeze serious margin out, is to have your employees do these regions as opposed to giving 9% of revenue. You can have your own employees doing work in Kashmir and Himachal and so forth, as opposed to giving that high a percentage of the business.
But
right now, you're establishing the model and you're establishing a customer base and all that, but there's 9% points of margin in there that you can easily, bring down substantially.
Okay, but then the management of the scalability is not really that easy, because none of the companies, maybe you can see, establish the network across the world because of the exactly same issue that they cannot manage the entire say 150 destinations across the world to deliver the right kind of services to the customers. So the scalability can be an issue, which is what we thought we should not go with so much of expenses in putting up the centers in each destination.
There are certain geographies, maybe in India, in certain geographies do it with your own people. Certain heavy geographies, in Rajasthan you put your own people. Maybe in Kerala you put your own people, and some geographies you do as outsourced partners, as affiliate partners.
Yeah, got it. So is there any suggestion that you have?
The margin and the business model, because otherwise you're going to lose money for years doing this.
Yeah. What do you suggest in terms of the customer acquisition? Is there any other suggestions you have?
Time is up. I'm going to have to work with other people. If there's time at the end of the session, I can help you more. But
sure.
Need to move on.
Sure.
Okay. Ron Robinson is the next person from New York. Ron, if you could unmute your line and tell us what you're doing, that'd be great.
Hi, Sramana. It's Ron Robinson from BDStaff.com. We're in New York City. I wanted to thank you. I presented to you 3 years ago when my business was just launching, And my question to you back then was, should I be looking for investors in order to build my business? And your advice was, focus on growing your business, really understanding it, learning it, and then come back and look at trying to raise capital. So that's what I did. It was great advice, and that's what I did. So basically what we're doing with beautystat.com, our mission is to change the way women shop for beauty. And we do this by giving women all the tools, the content, the advice, the trends, all the things that they need to do in order to make a smart beauty purchase decision. I'm sorry, I lost WebEx connection, so I don't know where we are, so if you just flip to the next slide, please.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at what the problems are that we are addressing with BeautyStat. Consumers are confused about the number of beauty products in the market, and they're skeptical about claims. They're frustrated when their favorite products are out of stock or not available. And they want to know when their products that they want go on sale and the ability to get free samples. So that's a big issue that we currently tackle through content and media. On the next slide, what we're looking to do is turn this media content-based company to a true tech company. And we're doing that as we try to move into mobile. So what we're doing is we're really giving the best advice a la TripAdvisor, and then giving consumers the ability to share and pin a la Pinterest, and giving them that all in a mobile platform. So they're going to get expert content, user-generated content, being able to share, and then be able to purchase either through their mobile phone or to find out a location near them in order to make a purchase. On the next slide shows the unique features that we want to have in this mobile application. We want voice recognition, so consumers could search using voice. We're going to be aggregating all of the products that they like when they're on, letting them know when it's on sale, letting them know what retailers that are close to them in order to make a purchase. They could search to find out more product reviews about their favorite products. Of course, you know, they'll be able to know the map in terms of distance, and the big thing is giving them alerts. Consumers, the thing that we hear about all the time from consumers is, when is my favorite product going on sale again? And we're going to be aggregating that and then giving them the ability to get alerts to that. Of course, recommendations, reviews, all the sharing and opportunity will be there. And then, of course, we're leading them to making a purchase. Just FYI, we currently do all of this on the web through content and using social media. What we're looking to do at our next stage of growth is take this all and make it mobile. Next slide. Next slide. We currently have two business revenue streams for this. First of all, licensing in terms of being able to, what we do in this app, we want to be able to sell that to our clients and, you know, really skin it and give them a white label opportunity to do it through their own, for their own brand or through the retail brand. And then secondly is being able to advertise, doing consumer market research, and of course, benefiting from all purchases through commissions.
And do you license your web product to brands?
Not currently, because we don't have it. We are evolving into a tech company, so we don't have a technology to license yet. The plan is to add licensing opportunities to our revenue model. The second piece, the B2C, we currently do. We are currently profitable by advertising, doing market research, and gaining commissions from sales that we generate.
Okay. And tell me more about the B2C business.
So yeah, we leverage, right now we have about 200,000 unique visitors to our website, a very strong social presence with over 60,000 Facebook fans, 76,000 Twitter followers. We have a blogger network, a YouTuber network that we partner with to help promote news for our client partners. So we make money by giving brands and retailers advertising through banner ads, through word-of-mouth content marketing, as well as benefiting from e-commerce and any purchase made that we drive.
Okay, and what is the revenue level of this business model?
In terms of what's our last year's sales? I mean, revenue, is that what you're saying?
How much advertising sales did you do, advertising, market research, e-commerce sales did you do?
We did about 200K last year, and profitable. We're running at about a 70% cost of goods. So so it's been pretty good. We're lean and mean, and we've been since we talked, we operated at a loss year 1. Year 2 and 3 have been profitable and gained in margin.
Right. Excellent.
Slide 6 just talks about our roadmap, how we're going to grow our base. We're going to continue what we're doing with the web, but just doing it and taking that mobile by growing our user base, giving them more tools to engage. Obviously, now that we're looking to go mobile, we need a retailer database. So we need that. We need to grow and just bring in more beauty, drugstore, Walmart's, Target retailers into our database, and give the consumers the ability to play games, get rewards, and incentivize them to sign up and be active on this mobile app that we're working on.
And do you have the mobile app team in-house?
Yeah, we have it in-house, and we just have we're in the conceptual stages now. And in my later questions, we have a couple of good meetings coming up with some interested investors. So my question at the end is going to be your perspective on how to make this a stronger proposition for them and how I could improve this presentation.
What you have here right now is not an investor presentation. There is a specific framework of an investor presentation that needs to cover certain points, and most of that is not here. I mean, for example, one of the big missing pieces here is what is going to be, I mean, it sounds like you're trying to grow on a different business model than the one that you've proven, right?
Yes, because we are making, it's an evolution, it's a pivot.
So there is no validation on that business model in your business. So what is it that you're telling investors? You have validation on the original business model, but there's no TAM on the original business model. There's no validation on the new business model, and there is no TAM on the new business model. There's no customer acquisition statistics or strategy here on the new business model. The earlier business model, you obviously have done some, so you need to present what you've done and how you're getting these advertisers and so forth. So there are, I mean, this is not an investor pitch as it stands. So I would not recommend that you go do this presentation to investors.
Of course not. No, this is not. This is geared for presenting to you. So I pulled these slides from my investor presentation.
Okay. So it's hard for me to comment on whether, how the quality of your investor presentation if I don't see the investor presentation.
Okay, but you've given me some feedback. I think what I can do is make the point of how we could translate the work we've done on our previous model, how it relates to what we could do on the mobile, the new model, if you will. And I could definitely talk to that because we're seeing that our users, they are coming to us through mobile. So I have enough data.
Mobile is a very, very large traffic generator these days for anything. The entire online consumption over mobile, both phone and tablet, is very, very heavy. So yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
But I think the big question you're going to get from investors is this a scalable business? Can you build if you're going to introduce professional investors, institutional investors into this business, does this business have the ability to become a $500 million business?
Yeah, I think the previous model can do that. But I need to show that we could do that with this model. We see this as the future. Really, it's the now in terms of what our users want, as a content provider and as a community, we're listening and working or addressing the consumer need, which is why is my favorite beauty product out of stock? Why can't I find it? How come I don't know when it's on sale? These are real problems that we can address. So I think the answer to yes is absolutely it's scalable. I need to make sure that I can articulate that in my investor presentation.
Right. So the way investors look at things is they want to see how you're going to get to that in numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, remember one thing: advertising as a business model is not in huge favor right now.
I understand. What we've been doing through content has been showing that our content drives sales, and we have enough commission or e-commerce revenue based on that to show that. So,
which is good. E-commerce, I think that I would emphasize that and build your model based on a different business model than advertising.
Absolutely, yes. Advertising is not currently that's our bread and butter right now. But to your point, e-commerce is our opportunity, and what we need to do is make sure that if we have the user base, we can command the higher commission, which could give us more revenue and a more scalable business. So that's what I need to make sure is articulated.
All right. Well, I think I've answered your questions.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go to Mario Bucolo next. Mario, if you could unmute your line and tell us what photo and is. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi. Thanks for the chance to pitch. And okay, so Spotland.com is the social operating system for photographers. How to shoot great photos in great place with great people all alone. Why? Because people love to shoot and share great photo, and Photo Spotland helps them suggesting great place to do it. Next slide.
Where are you calling from, Mario?
Italy. Actually, I'm in Catania, just under Mount Etna.
How did you find 1M1M?
I don't remember. I think in an article I use Zite on my iPad to concentrate all information from around the world, and I read an article about you and your initiative, and I decided to write and to apply.
Okay, interesting. All right, tell us what's going on.
So our target, we target to emotional photographer. So from enthusiast to amateur to pro. It's a target of around more than 150 million users worldwide. Both enthusiast, amateur, and pro, everyone have common needs. Place to shoot, how to shoot, be original, and finally shooting photos. Next one, please. What is a spot for us? Is a location, physical location like Times Square, or geographical area like Grand Canyon or the Yellowstone Park, or event recurrent like the Thanksgiving Day Parade or the Eastern in Seville, or unitantum event like moon eclipse or the space shuttle going around the sky of New York City before landing for the museum. And we don't share photos. We do all things for photographers, but we don't share photos. Next one, please. How it works. If I want to plan a trip, for example, to Grand Canyon, I can open Photo Spotland and looking for Grand Canyon. And I can see the spot looking for, so more other information, how to be there, which gear to use, who was there before, so I can call some other one and, okay, we can go together and please guide me to shoot better photo. How did they shoot, and users that plan to go there, so we can share advice on the transportation and some other things. Of course, it's possible to use on a mobile to see which photographer are near me, who can help, who can interact if there is a problem like a battery fault or a memory card fault or need a flash or a tripod. It's possible to exchange gear, equipment, and mutual help one with each other. Next one, please. So the market on the user side are more than 150 million worldwide, and it's just amateur pro photographer. Our paying customer. It's a market more than $5 billion worldwide. There are mainly two markets, photography and travel. On photography market, we have all the big brands and big players from Sony, Nikon, Canon, Olympus, but we also have equipment like Manfrotto or backpack producer like Tamarack or Sigma and Tamron, or also Apple or Adobe or anyone, or B&H or Adorama, bigger retailers. On travelers, of course, we can have all the companies like Virgin America or Delta, but also like South Africa, Australia, Norway, and all travel market. And we also,
is your business model advertising then?
Sorry?
Is your business model advertising?
I will in the next slide, just a second. We also target on the to enterprise sector. So this model, yes, is creating value for users, solving user problems, and provide to our customer a new, unique, detailed, complete set of personal user data that they can't find in any other place. Revenue model is, yes, selling user data, marketing research, commerce with the transaction. So if Canon want to make a special offer to our user, we can have, we will have the transaction fee on the deals, and the normal advertising or special targeted advertising like some article for travel and some other things. Addition, this is the primary model. Additional mobile apps, subscription, because we will have also a premium service, pro workshop from professional photographers, hour and contest, photo agency, and some other photographers on demand for the enterprise sector. But we also operate both online and on brick and mortar side, old style, because I am a serial entrepreneur. So we also operate on the brick and mortar side. Customer. It is how our customer will lose their money, spend their money in a magazine or a website or many pages. It is only one number of outdoor photography with all this advertising, and on the side there is Visit Norway and South Africa web page or Facebook. They spend everyone from 12,000 to 100,000 monthly for each magazine, and reach about 100,000 readers, but without real data. They shoot in the dark, no user data. Next one, please. So now we know everything about the user, so our customers can know everything about the user. We know all the gear, newest gear, lens, tripod, backpack, model, brand, some of this accessories, smartphone they have, tablet, computer and other things, but we also know annual user spending, which list, which online retailer they use, which local retailer they used to buy, etc. On travel, we know travel behaviors, so we know where people go to shooting photo, like the Easter in Sevilla or the New Year's evening in New York or some other things. So planning and itineraries. Annual travel spending, our programs like Delta Frequent Flyer or Hertz or some other things, hotel, flights, and all things, we profile very in deep our users. Next one, please. Competitors. We are a step above sharing photo. We are propedeutic. We prepare people to sharing photo. So we are not in competition directly with the photo sharing site, and other sites like Gogobot or Waipolo are fragmented, not focused on a special interest for photographer. Our many competitors are traditional magazine on the photo sector and on the travel sector. Next one.
Are you familiar with Photopedia?
Sorry? Yes, also Photopedia, yes, but there are many numbers that's competitors, but they are not focused on a particular way to do photos and they don't collect deep data. So it's our main point is collecting user data.
I'm not sure how you will be collecting all that data, frankly.
Sorry?
I'm not sure how you're going to be collecting all this data. I don't think people will give you that much data, you know. People shoot.
Photographers, enthusiasts are interested to give data because we also create two interactions. The one is that if you tell me which camera you have and when you buy the camera, you can have the chance to receive a dedicated offer from Canon or Nikon or any other things, or if you don't have a tripod, so I can offer to you I can make to you a special offer, so for you it's a benefit. Another thing is that when you list which equipment you have, for every time you go to for a shooting section, you can select which list of gear are with you. So as you other user.
I don't know how much validation you've done. You should do some validation on whether people are willing to give you this kind of data or not. People don't like to give data, you know. They don't take the time to give you data so that you can sell that data to vendors. They just don't. People just don't operate that way. Unless there is an automatic way of collecting the data, I think it would be able to get this data.
Photographic people like to share this. For example, I'm a professional photographer, but of course I know better all the amateurs and enthusiasts, amateurs club, photographic club, association, and other. They love to share data, information, which gear they use, all things. And in particular way, if they can receive a benefit on the way to share this data, for them is an advantage, and they can are happy to share data. We have sorry, I have a delay from your video and the voice on the phone. Sorry, please.
How many customers do you have right now?
We just start now. We are on the way to start now, and we make a research on with the particular with the form online and asking people if they want to want to leave data and to fill form with data, and thousands of people respond yes if they have a benefit. Problem is this, collecting data, giving benefit to users. This is the equation.
Trying to raise money, is that it?
Sorry, you must repeat because the first part of your voice is missing on the phone.
You are a concept stage company looking to raise money, is that correct?
Yes, perfect. Yes, we have a beta ready. We have a beta ready. We will in public test, in private test, sorry, from next week of around 500 users, and after the bug, if there isn't problem from the test, we'll go online as soon as possible.
Can you bring this product to market with the beta customers and show validation of your concept without raising money?
Yes, we can do without problem. We just work till now to produce the beta, and we are on the way to collect the user and others. So we need money for improve the development and for marketing, but we can proceed also without. If we will have, it's better. If we don't have, it's okay. We proceed in the same things as bootstrapping company. without big problems. Slowly, then faster if we can have money. Faster because, for example, now there is the Mount of Photography in Los Angeles, all the April, there is the Festival of Photography in London, there is the Festival of Photography in Paris and in some other place in United States and Europe, and if we can have money to travel and to be there with one or two persons, we can make one-to-one marketing or direct marketing, demonstration and some other things. So with the marketing coverage, we can grow so faster than without have any money or a small amount of money.
So that's true about every company, right? Any company that's, if you get a chunk of outside capital, you can get more resources to do stuff with. But the problem is,
we have a secret.
Hold on, please let me finish. Mario, just let me finish. So any company that tries to raise money without validating a model, validating that customers are going to use the product and somehow or the other you're going to be able to build a business out of it. Right now you've listed a whole range of possibilities, and in a way it's too many. Investors would want to know, how does this company monetize? How does this business monetize? Let's say your hypothesis is true that photographers are willing to engage and use this product. One, you need to show that they're with actual customer engagement. And two, you're going to need to show a monetization model that is validated. So as far as right now, based on what you've shown, my sense is it would be hard to raise $600,000 based on this kind of unvalidated business.
We have some deal now. We have some deal now. We have two deals now that's of possible investor that make a due diligence just in these days.
Well, if you're willing to invest at that stage, that's fine.
We have a big chance with our team. If you can go, please, one slide back. Yes, we can see that our team it's very smart because me come from the international marketing, communication, social media expert. And our winning professional photographer, we have a designer and CTO, but in particular way, we have people in Europe as in the advisor board, and people in the United States like Marty Fabiani that can help us with PR and communication all around the United States. So we have in the team our secret.
You can get investment, get it. I'm not saying you should not get investment, but sophisticated I'm just giving you the perspective of what sophisticated investors look for these days. And be careful to take money from dumb investors who have no experience in investing in these kinds of businesses.
No, of course, we have some deal now with angels in this moment, and there is just a chance with some venture, but we are interested in angels because we don't need big amount of money. We can do also with $100,000. It's
a good angel round value, but be careful how you raise the money. That's fine. If you can get money, that's great. But if I were you, if I were in your shoes, I would validate first before raising money. That's my opinion.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Majid, is Majid here? Majid is having technical issues. Majid in Pakistan. Okay. We are going to move to Parag. Parag Patil, if you could come online and tell us what's going on with KW Energy, that would be great. Is Parag there? Parag Patil, are you there on the call? No?
Hello. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't unmute the button. Sorry about that.
Okay. Well, tell us what you're doing with our KW Energy.
Okay. I just started the startup called KW Energy, and if you go to the second slide, this is what the customer problem is. Like US is one of the few large exploration and production countries of natural gas and NGS. We drill about 500 billion cubic feet of gas, and we have around 40% of all the oil and the natural gas rigs in the United States. So the basic question comes down to, we want to export gas. And the main question that nobody has an answer to is when to export, because there are heating seasons, cooling seasons, etc., depending on the time of the year, and how much to export, and do we export value-added products. So there are basic two schools of thoughts. One is don't export at all, and these are the downstream companies called the fertilizer industry and the petrochem industry, which depend on the basic raw materials. And the guys who want to export are basically exploration and production companies. They're the guys who go outside and drill. Could you go to the next slide, please?
Who's your customer?
Yeah, I'm coming to the next slide. Could you? The slide after that, just to answer your question. Okay, the next slide, please. Okay, these are my prospective customers. One is the downstream producers, that is fertilizer producers, production, petrochemical units, utilities, power producers, commercial users. These are the consumers of natural gas. And the upstream producers like E&P, pipeline companies, infrastructure, hedge fund, management, and trading houses. So this is my universe. And
so why would downstream producers who don't want to export, why would they consume your product?
The thing is, because my product is basically, I'm talking of how to manage the volatility of the natural gas curve. Like today, natural gas has got a price, a world price, which is traded daily at NYMEX.
Okay.
And my basic offering is a model. If you go to the third slide, my basic offering is a model which talks about, value proposition is the next one. The value proposition. My basic offering is a model which tells you the expected price of the natural gas curve, depending on the following data inputs. One is the demand and supply scenario, which changes every day. The system constraints, because we do have system constraints. Complementary products, how are they priced, what are they priced? Like oil is the biggest complementary product. The regulations environment, like if tomorrow Obama decides to export gas, then what is going to happen? The climate change, which is a big unknown, and energy storage, like in terms of caverns and etc., and the technology, like fracking technology, etc. So depending on these inputs, I give an estimate of the forward curve price. Because finally, all this boils down to what is the price of natural gas. So whether I should go long or whether I should go short, because all these people are affected by it. And my customers are also industry houses, the big lobbyists who are in DC, who want to move the regulation in their favor. And that is what I got currently one single customer, and that's a big lobbyist firm who wants input on this. And from there, I want to build a model and make it into a website, which is nothing but a per user based website. So that is that is the whole thing of my.
So this is going to be a custom white label website that you're going to design for this firm, this lobbying firm, and they're going to use the data to drive their agenda of doing more exports or not less exports.
That's true. And then I'm going to feed that any other user, any other corporation who wants it can pay me $1,500 per month in order to get the latest and the greatest information, because it does change every day. So it's a feed. You're
going to create this and sell it to various different customer segments that you've enlisted here at $1,500 a month, and you are reasonably sure that these customers want that. Have you talked to them? And other than this lobby group, have you talked to other people in the fact industry or petrochemical industry?
Yes, I have, because I come from a trading background and I was on the energy trading floor. And if someone gives me an extra bit of information which helps me make more money, so there is no issue with that. 1500 is really on the lower side.
But there are actually serious companies being built on the energy trading data services. I've seen other companies in that segment. So yes, I think this is a perfectly viable business to build, I think.
Yeah. So, and my only question to you is, how do I get more customers? Like, I'm thinking of paid advertisements, or is there any other way besides word of mouth? I'm using word of mouth basically because I know people in my field. But if you can shed some more light on that, that's the only question.
Well, there's the kind of business that you're trying to build, you're going to have to roll out a full customer acquisition strategy that caters to each of those segments, does lead generation, does the full marketing process from, email marketing, sales 2.0 processes, that all of that we teach in the program. But it's you're going to have to roll out the entire sales and marketing strategy, or marketing and sales strategy for this business, and there's a whole range. We have many hours of curriculum material to teach that. I can't really teach you that in 5 minutes, but there is very clear methodologies of how to build the sales and marketing infrastructure of a business like this.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. So is Majid going to come on the line, or are we going to move on, Maureen? I know we skipped through his slides. Majid, you're still having troubles. Okay. All right. Well then, we are going to come to audience questions in about 10 minutes. While you think about what questions you want to ask, we want you to introduce yourselves, tell us where you're coming from, what projects you're working on. We love to get to know you. The audience loves to get to know one another and network. We're coming to that part of the segment, that part of the program in a moment. But let me first tell you, many of you have asked questions about how to learn this and how to learn that, how to create an investor presentation, how to create sales and marketing strategy, and those kinds of questions. Let me answer them in this next few minutes. Before I dive into that, my sincere request to you is, if you like what we do, if you like our mission, if you like the resources that we provide, I would request you to refer the program to 10 people that you know who are serious entrepreneurs and who are looking for support and services. Because our mission is entirely predicated on finding serious entrepreneurs who really seriously want to build businesses, and I think most of you are. That's why you're here, because you are interested in building a serious business. That's why you're here, and we want to meet more people like you and get to know you. So here are the resources from 1M1M that you can explore and see if you want to use these resources. 1mby1m.com is the website. The first level of a free resource that you're going to be able to access is our blog, which is full of information about entrepreneurs' journeys, case studies, role model interviews, trend analysis, thought leader interviews, and as well as specific trend material that helps you learn about how to build technology businesses. So feel free to use all of that, and that's all available for free. Also, the YouTube video channel that I showed you earlier is free. The Entrepreneur Journeys book series is a collection of books that starts taking the case studies that we have been building for many years now and starts synthesizing the lessons from those case studies. These books are available on Amazon and Kindle internationally, and they're available on Flipkart in India. Bootstrapping and positioning are two absolute core philosophies of the program, and as you heard in some of the discussions, like Ron Robinson said, he came and talked to me 3 years back, and I told him to start building the business, and that philosophy in general holds true for all of you, you are going to need to bootstrap to a certain level of validation and as much validation as possible to attract good quality investors to engage with you in a business. So that's, pretty much something that you're going to need to keep in mind. And one of the ways you do good, efficient, cost-effective bootstrapping is by deploying the principle of laser-sharp positioning and laser-sharp customer acquisition strategies. So these books start to, talk about some of those lessons. And of course, we deal with that in a much, much greater level of depth in the 1M1M curriculum, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So the blog is at sramanamitra.com. This is the blog website, and on the left-hand corner, left-hand panel, you will find all the different topics that we cover. For example, right now we have a huge amount of coverage of big data, and that's a big trend in the industry. We have a lot of thought leaders in big data coming onto the series and sharing what they're doing, what they're seeing in the industry, what are the open spaces and blue sky opportunities, how are they building businesses. In fact, in the big data series, there is an energy trading company that is going to be covered soon. I think I can't remember the editorial calendar, but I know in the big data series we have brought on a very interesting energy trading company that is using big data to do to help with energy trading, and a variety of other different areas that are covered here. So take a look at that. That's where you will find all our free content. In addition, we have these free strategy roundtables. You can come talk to us here. There's no charge, and we try to help you with some insights into which direction to go. And most importantly, I try to also ask you the right questions. The minute you're in front of an investor, you're going to get a barrage, an assault of questions. And they're going to basically rip apart your business plan, and they're going to dig holes in your presentation and in your pitch and in your strategy like, like vultures, basically. So you better be prepared on how to counter those kinds of questions. So in the program, in the premium program, we actually teach you exactly what investors are looking for and how to create the full strategy and create the full investor pitch with all the supporting material in your hands, so that when you go through that grilling, you are able to answer those questions accurately and with credibility, which will then likely result in an investment. Not all businesses, by the way, are fundable. Please be aware of that, is that even, let's say you have bootstrapped a company to a certain level and you are profitable even, you may still not be fundable because of maybe not a high enough TAM, maybe not a high enough growth rate per their assessment. So there's, so just be aware of that subtlety that you may or may not qualify for investment, even if you have done all of the bootstrapping elements. So I just want to caveat that by saying that there are other ways of building businesses besides raising equity capital, and we are completely comfortable with teaching you how to do that. So whether or not you are a fundable entrepreneur, whether or not you raise money, we would still help you build your business. That is our commitment to you, is that no matter what, we'll help you put one foot before the other. All right, so please use these roundtables, refer these roundtables over to other people. In addition, you can also, by the way, to sign up, you go to the free public roundtable tab, and you'll find all the registration information there. You can basically sign up online for any of the upcoming sessions, and we have these every week. Thursday morning Pacific time, 8 a.m. is when we do these sessions. We have them coming every week. In addition, we want you to also take a look at the premium program. It's only possible for us to give you so much guidance in 10 minutes that we allocate for each presenter at these roundtables. But in the premium program, we give you extensive methodology guidance on all the issues that you need to understand, to navigate your successful entrepreneurial journey. We do that through a curriculum, which is an intense curriculum. I'll talk about that in a minute. We help you with business development. Where we have connections, we will introduce you to customers, channel partners, investors, media analysts, whatever makes sense. We give you similar kind of strategy consulting, but a lot more depth in the private roundtables, similar format, but those are members-only roundtables. And you have the benefit of the curriculum and these strategy roundtables together to be able to fine-tune your business to the next level. We also help with financing, obviously, and we do a tremendous amount of work to put to work our clout in the media to make you visible in the world. So, one of the secrets of capitalism is that to be able to sell the value that you have to offer to customers, customers need to know about you. They need to know that you exist. So PR is a very important component of capitalism, and we recognize that, and we use our clout in the media to help give you as much visibility as possible. Now, all this is available for a $1,000 annual membership fee. Now, Maureen, if you could provide the quantifying the 1M1M value equation link in the public chat as a supporting document to this, that would perhaps help our audience also understand the 1M1M value. We compare it with about $375,000 worth of value that we offer you for a $1,000 annual membership fee, and Maureen will give you the link on how we deliver that. Now, one other free tool that I would refer you to is the self-assessment. It is an investor-driven self-assessment. It's for all entrepreneurs to calibrate yourself, but especially if you're going out to raise money, please calibrate yourself against this self-assessment module and make sure that you hit all these points in your investor pitch. So some of you asked me, what are the points of an investor pitch? This is a good place that you can calibrate yourself with. I think, Ron, you asked me about the investor pitch. This is a good place that you can calibrate yourself. Also, if you're a premium member, there are curriculum modules attached to every single piece of the self-assessment questionnaire. So if there are gaps in your learning, like for example, you don't know how to do bottom-up TAM analysis, well, you need to learn that, and there is a curriculum module that will teach you how to do that if you're a premium member. So again, the site is 1m1m.com. That's what the site looks like. You can either join the program online, or you can also join the newsletter to stay informed about the program. And we provide a lot of content over our email newsletter as well, which is worth signing up for. You can do that on the left panel of the homepage. There is lots of material online on that site about what to expect from the premium program, what are the different services we provide, the video FAQs. All of those will help you evaluate whether you want to join the program. Now, here's some information about how we teach strategy. And this is really unique. Nobody else in the world, no incubator in the world teaches this way, and it is a very effective model. It's working really well. We've actually just published our first view into the $1 Million Club. Maureen can give you the link to that as well. Here's how we teach. Over the last 6 years, we have developed case studies of hundreds of successful entrepreneurs who have come to the forum and discussed how they have been successful. And they've discussed their early stage journey in very granular terms. So we've taken that. We've also, as we said, this is our 159th, free coaching session. Plus, we have, hundreds of private roundtables where we do the premium program mentoring and strategy consulting. We've taken all of this information on understanding your issues. What kinds of questions are you asking? What kinds of issues are you facing? And we have triangulated the solutions that experienced successful entrepreneurs have used to address those problems and against your issues, and we've created a curriculum. and that curriculum is delivered in form of video lectures and case studies in a self-service mode. So you can do it at your own time. There's about 150 hours worth of curriculum that covers, in the core segment, there are 7 modules: bootstrapping, positioning, market sizing, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, and team building. Every single entrepreneur should learn these. We practice a lean, capital-efficient startup methodology, and every module is basically aligned with that philosophy. We respect your cash, you know. That is one of the core philosophies. We respect the fact that you have limited cash, and we don't want you to throw around your cash. Now, we also have elective modules that are aligned with the trends in the industry: Web 3.2 and e-commerce, cloud computing and business solutions, outsourcing and consulting, mobile and social apps, healthcare IT, online education, gaming. These are modules that are specifically focused on those industries, and case studies and video lectures on strategies within those industries. So my suggestion would be, if you are planning to join the program, definitely budget about 50 hours to do core curriculum and another 50 hours to do an elective. That would give you the basics of what you need to know to put one foot before the other and navigate your journey through Startup Land. And there are very detailed templates in every single category that I discussed that you will learn, you know, deeply right away. Again, it's a lean, capital-efficient bootstrap startups methodology. The philosophy is bootstrap first, raise money later. Again, you know, Maureen can give you an article on that. We have several case studies that teach that philosophy as well. As I said, we do a lot of work in the media. If there's on the press page, you will see coverage of premium members. I have lots of columns all over the place, and we give lots of coverage to our premium members through those columns. You'll see some of those listed on that site. We also give you access to our social media channel. We have a tremendous reach in social media right now. My LinkedIn profile has something like 12.5 thousand connections, full of heavy hitters. The Facebook my Facebook profile today, I think, has about 15,000 followers. On Twitter, we have 7,500 followers. So we give you access to that channel as well, so you can, we teach you exactly how to use our Twitter channel, as well as set up your own Twitter channel that proxies or that emulates what we do to create a high content, high value social media presence and social media strategy. And we also give you coverage on our blog on these Incubation Radar series and Deal Radar series. Incubation Radar series is companies that have some revenue and some validation, but are well below, below $1 million in revenue. Deal Radar is above $1 million in revenue companies, and we feature all of that, and investors actually track these quite substantially. So for example, all our PR work, actually, a lot of investors are reading. It seems like yesterday in our private roundtables, there's a guy, I just recently wrote a piece called Entrepreneurship in the Midwest. I can't remember the exact title of the article. And one of the entrepreneurs, one of our premium members who was featured in this article, got calls from investors. And he joined the private roundtable yesterday, and he was asking, what do I do with these investors now? How do I engage with them? So, you know, so the PR not only gets you in front of potential customers, potential partners, but it also gets you in front of potential investors, and that's very valuable. Okay, that's pretty much a description of the program. We also have an affiliate program for those of you who are in the business of entrepreneurship development, nonprofits, or entrepreneurship development organizations. We are very happy to partner with you. You could be a blogger, you know, entrepreneurship blogger. We're happy to partner with you. We give 10% affiliate commission. And here are the upcoming free roundtables. Every week in February, we have a free roundtable on Thursday morning Pacific time, essentially. So please do feel free to come back and pitch, and also spread the word around. One final pointer is the Vision India 2020 book that's also available on Amazon, Kindle, and Flipkart. If you're looking for developing economies, emerging market-oriented business ideas, there are $45 billion business ideas that have been fleshed out in this book, and you're very welcome to work on any of them. We actually have a module in 1M1M focused on that. So we can pretty much take audience questions at this point. I'm opening up my public chat, and we'll take questions from the audience, and by all means, set your public chat to all participants and introduce yourselves. We want you to network, we want you to meet one another and meet us, and we want to know you. So let me go through what has gone on in the public chat so far. Ricardo Gazzoni says, you talk about attracting good investors. What is the difference between a good investor and a bad investor? So, you know, we have this term smart money versus dump money, Ricardo. Smart money is investors that come with not just money, but other resources like connections, like experience in building businesses, who can be mentor capitalists. You know, even as angels, we want them to be mentors, not just capital. And that is considered smart money. Now, the thing that you have to be careful about is that in the very early stages of your business, actually smart money typically does not engage with you. Smart money wants you to validate your business to a certain level and then engage with you. And you know, if they do engage, if smart money does engage you, they generally engage within their network based on referrals and so forth. So if you're trying to go cold into smart money, it's very difficult to get investment unless you have a pretty validated business. Now, that is a point where if you need capital, friends and family is good. You know, rather than random strangers, friends and family actually who want to bet on you and who want to help you succeed, that is, if you need like $20,000, $30,000, friends and family is probably the ideal type of investment. But if you really want the value-added investors to engage with you, you're going to need to, you know, get your ducks lined up and create a really compelling storyline with validated businesses. Does that answer the question, Ricardo? You have a lot of homework to do. We all do, Ricardo. All of us are entrepreneurs. 1 million by 1 million is my fourth entrepreneurial venture, my fourth startup, and it's a for-profit business. I have to do exactly, we're a small company like you. We have to do exactly what you have to do. We have to do our homework. We have to get our ducks lined up. We have to validate. And you know, I happen to have a lot of connections in the venture business, so I've had offers to take money. But I haven't taken venture capital as yet. I've basically stuck to, you know, bootstrapping and validating and getting revenues, basically. Now, Angelo Ortega, you are writing to me privately. I'll just read it out. Hi, my name is Angelo Ortega. I'm living in Chile, South America. We are a training provider company. First experience being part of a pitch online. Great work. Thank you, Angelo. That's great. Who else has? Yes, Ricardo, that would be great. Please feel free to use the forum. Anybody else has questions, comments, and introductions? Tell us where you're joining from. I see a lot of people in the room today, but I haven't seen that many introductions. Tell us who you are, where you're coming from, what you're working on. We want to know you. Majid from Pakistan. And Majid, you tried to pitch today. So you need to sort out your technical issues and come back and figure out it's time to pitch. Let's actually go back to your slides and see what you were trying to do, maybe. Go ahead, other people, please feel free to introduce yourselves. You're doing a teenager-focused graphics site, it looks like. So do you monetize? Is anybody paying for any of this? Yeah? What do you monetize? How much do you generate through ads? Is it AdSense through which you sell your ads? And how much are you generating? Okay, so you have a lot of work to do. It's very low, yes, of course. You can't build a business on AdSense monetization most of the time. Raj says, are seed investors interested in investing in open source software consulting companies or big data consulting companies? No investor invests in consulting, pure consulting companies, Raj. You can use consulting, software consulting, to bootstrap a product company, but investors generally, institutional investors generally do not invest in consulting companies. Michael Trapp says, some time ago you took a look at my company operational memory and gave me some good advice. So good, in fact, that we changed direction with our software away from network/large company customers and are now focused on individual small business owners. The software OpMem instantly recalls everything you know and want to remember. Here is my question. What advice do you have on partnering with business-oriented companies so they might bundle OpMem? Michael, I have to tell you, I work with thousands of entrepreneurs, so I do not remember what OpMem does, and I can't really consult in this mode. So I recommend that either you set up a time to come and pitch at a roundtable or join the premium program, and I would be delighted to guide you in furthering your business objectives, but I do not remember the business. Shivaram from Bangalore says, I'm setting up a training program for retailers using both web and phone media. I come with retail experience in Tanishq Jewelry, Tata Group company. It is still in the POC stage. I met you during your last Bangalore visit. Enjoy and learning from your class is great. So training program from retailers. So you're trying to help retailers how to do e-commerce? Is that what you're saying? Ron Robinson, we are finalists in Techstars. What is your opinion in this incubator? Techstars is a very good incubator, Ron. And hello, you should not send me private messages. You should send the messages to all participants so that everybody can see your questions. And hello says, we are currently expanding our language school company with a franchise model in South America. If somebody interested, my email is angelo@ITRAVELLER. He's giving his email address, okay? Michael Trapp says, thank you, I'll join the premium. That's awesome, Michael. We're delighted to work with you. Shivaram says, how to sell to customers face-to-face better. I'm not sure I understand, so you should come and probably pitch at either a public roundtable or join the program, and I'll be happy to help you with your business. All right, Angelo is posting his message to all of you. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments? No? Rajiv Muradia. Rajiv, where are you calling from? He says, hi, I'm Rajiv, working on my second healthcare startup with focus on mobile healthcare for the emerging markets. We have done a couple of pilots with hospitals and looking to partner with local established companies in India as one of our markets. What are your opinions on the mobile healthcare market in India? I think there's huge potential in the mobile healthcare market. If you haven't read my Vision India 2020 book, you should, because there's a whole healthcare segment, and a lot of it is mobile, healthcare-oriented ideas. Take a look at that. From Ottawa, Canada. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments, ideas? I think mobile healthcare worldwide actually is doing very well. We have huge coverage on the healthcare IT segment, and in the premium program we have a whole curriculum module dedicated to healthcare IT, which includes both the mobile side as well as the healthcare IT side in a lot of depth actually. Shivaram says, would you like to share some of the top companies that you have helped to scale up? We read about them. If you scroll up in the public chat, I think Maureen has given you the link to the $1 Million Club. This is an article that we've just recently published on 24th of January. That will give you an introduction to probably about 10 of our 1M1M Premium members who have already crossed $1 million or will cross $1 million this year. Have you been able to find the link? Otherwise, Maureen can post the link again. So yes, we have published actually recently. In fact, you'll see companies in there that have iFood TV, one of the first companies in that article, touched $3 million last year, no outside financing. They've been in the program for over 2 years now. Ian Carby, calling from New York. Are there Kindle versions of your books? I'm not finding them on Amazon. Absolutely, there are Kindle versions of the books. No question about it. Maureen, could you help Ian find the Kindle links? If you do a search, Ian, on Sramana Mitra on Amazon, they'll give you the author page, and that author page should have all the Kindle versions of the books. Yeah, perfect. You found them. Good. Anybody else? So, folks, one thing would be very helpful to us, if you could give us a hand, is by telling us how did you hear about 1M1M. There are a lot of people in the room today who are here for the first time. If you could give us some input as to how you found out about us, that would be tremendously helpful. So Ian says New York meetups. Ron says LinkedIn, and Ron, you've been here before as well. Who else? Majid, LinkedIn, okay. Raj, LinkedIn, okay. Eventbrite, and hello. So Eventbrite recommended the session to you. Is that how you found out? Marisa says New York City meetup. Okay, awesome. Sao Paulo meetup, Ricardo, great. I'm delighted to see so many people from Latin America, because it's this has been a trend we've been seeing especially for the last few months. There's a lot more people from Latin America, Chile, Argentina, Brazil showing up, and it seems like there's a lot of activity down south right now, and it's great. We are enjoying hearing from you and learning about your businesses. Last week we had somebody pitching from Chile. Awesome. So we are pretty much done with the session. We are at 9:29 a.m. We try to finish these at 9:30. Okay, I'll take Amit's question here. Amit Godbole says, we are a mobile app development company and have built apps for the travel industry. I would like to know, how is the market for travel and tourism? The app market for travel and tourism is both booming and also extremely crowded. So you have to do your positioning work very, very carefully, so that you can find a spot in that extremely crowded space that is differentiated, and that has a customer acquisition strategy that lets you be a player in the market. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in the noise. It's extremely noisy, crowded market. It's a great market, but it's an extremely noisy, crowded market. Amit, where are you dialing from? Yes, Angelo. Startup, we've seen people coming here from Startup Chile. Yes, we do know Startup Chile well. Which city in India, Amit? Pune. Okay. Awesome. All right, folks. We will see you next week. Please come back and please bring your friends and fellow entrepreneurs. And we look forward to working with you and continuing to working with you throughout the year. Bye, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to join us.